as a parent, I couldn't imagine. I would want to strangle somebody.
Fox 28 investigates a growing battle, a drug addict cycle, and a cop's accidental overdose. Tonight, Fox 28 is taking you inside the opioid epidemic.
Investigator Brooks Jarosz explains why many are dying to get high.
You can't get away from it. You know what I mean? Once you start doing it, it's the carfentanil and the fentanyl. It's crazy.
East Liverpool, Ohio, a town of 11,000, and like most places in the state, plagued with opioid addicts.
Hello, how you doing?
What happened out there?
Got in trouble.
What for?
Drug paraphernalia. I overdosed 3 times in one day.
Travis Keener is one of them.
So just imagine that, and I did it for years.
How is that even possible?
Narcan. Narcan will bring you back, and it's like you didn't do it.
Of the most deadly drugs, fentanyl and carfentanil, a white, powdery synthetic painkiller, proven to be up to 10,000 times more powerful than morphine.
I never dreamed that just touching something like that would be that instant. Within 2 minutes, I'm begging my colleague for help right here at the counter. And
Officer Chris Green knows firsthand. Following a drug bust, he somehow had a tiny bit of fentanyl on his shirt.
But if your colleague didn't see that on the back of your shirt...
I'm dead. There's no question.
Right here at the station, he was overdosing within minutes.
And I fall back into the door and grab the printer, and that's the last thing I remember.
He was unconscious and rushed to the nearby hospital, where Green was given the reversal drug naloxone. He, just like addicts, was saved, but some aren't as lucky.
You know, I had a friend just die last night. It's literally every day someone that I know dies. Literally.
Do you ever worry you're going to die?
I'm not on heroin no more.
How often do you see the same people come in and out?
Every day. Every day.
On any given week, East Liverpool police respond to nearly 24 overdose calls.
Chris just received a tip. Silver Chevy cattle here riding around town.
With being a smaller department, I'm responding to an overdose, possible overdose. Meanwhile, there's drugs being brought in from the highway, transferred back and forth, being sold everywhere.
It's impossible to keep up.
How do you keep up?
I would imagine the same could be said for almost any community in Ohio.
Yes. Okay, I think I see him.
Police say most overdose calls are the result of fentanyl and carfentanil.
Hey, what'd you take? He's having trouble breathing. He's unconscious. He flickering in his eyes, but...
You see this all the time?
Yeah, I'll probably see this a couple more times before the end of my shift.
The man claims he was trying to kill himself. He's taken to the hospital. Officer Green searches the car and finds marijuana and pills.
Just down on his luck, you know. I don't know his story or situation, but we see that time and time again.
While it wasn't the deadly drugs officers are used to, days are spent fighting a losing battle.
Will we ever get rid of the drugs? No. Can we contain it and control it? Yeah, but we need more men, and then the laws on the fentanyl and the carfentanil and these synthetic drugs need to change.
To figure out exactly what's in a particular batch, the drugs are brought here to the state crime lab where they're tested.
This is the amount that is needed of carfentanil to knock out a large elephant.
Wow. There's barely anything in there.
Yeah.
Jessica Tom supervises the scientists who analyze countless cases brought in by police across Ohio. Since July of last year, more than 350 cases have contained carfentanil. Everyone here takes extra precautions.
They have to wear masks when they're sampling, additional eyeglasses, gloves. We've had to purchase Narcan or naloxone to keep in the lab in case there's an incident so we can revive our employees.
This stuff is no joke.
Officer Green says he didn't stand a chance.
It's like I literally felt my body shutting down. Anything in the vehicle you get in
But it has made him more hungry to catch those buying and selling, and ultimately trying to get addicts help.
It's not worth it. I've seen so many people die, so many people just be permanently messed up in their minds because of drugs, you know what I mean? Just stay strong and make it through it and try to get off.
All right, buddy.
Even as he talks like that, he overdosed the next day, he said.
Yeah. It's shocking, but it happens time and time again. And unfortunately, in these small towns, they're saying a lot of the drugs are coming in from big cities. So Columbus, Cleveland, some of the main suppliers of all those drugs, which now you think about that fentanyl, unlike heroin, it is much more powerful, up to 10,000 times more powerful than morphine. And it's not always being laced in heroin. It's just straight out there. And you saw that little bit of powder, you know, that can take down an elephant. Imagine, less than a sugar packet.
Can take out an elephant. I want to ask you, because you do a lot of investigations. We all cover all sorts of heroin stories, unfortunately. What did you walk away being blown away by when you looked at all the information and you went out with the officers there on a regular day for them? When you came back, what did you say, wow, about?
I think the most surprising thing is it's not just heroin anymore. There are very, very dangerous drugs out there that it's not just the addicts that are at risk. Officers and paramedics are at risk. Sure. Yeah, anyone could die from this. This is just like anthrax or anything else, yet it's not classified the same way. And this stuff is dangerous and deadly, and it's really hurting people.
What you just saw, folks, was really just a snippet of Brooks's day with East Liverpool, and maybe just explain a little bit more about where we can find the rest of this series and what else people can expect.
Well, we're trying to pull back the curtain, and we've created an exclusive 3-part web series. This is something you're not going to see anywhere else. It's called Dying to Get High Inside the Opioid Epidemic. It's what we saw minute by minute just during our day trip there to this little Ohio town. So you can stream that right now by going to myfox28columbus.com.
You've really opened a window on it, Brooks. Thanks.
Thank you.